Hi, Collective. Welcome to Intuitive Goddess Tarot 911. I'm Jenny. Welcome in or welcome back. We are going to be doing a general reading. I kept getting a psychic download all this week that said, if you need a village, build the village. So that could be like with a group of friends, could mean anything. So let's see what we get. So we'll pull some charms. Whoa, guy came flying out. Oh my gosh. So we got a guitar. We got dolphins. We got a heart. We got a red circle, a crown, a music note, a bow tie with a diamond, and a cross. Cool. All right. Let's see what we got for a relic here. And then let's see what that means. Okay. Disruption. Hail, sleet, natural forces that damage. That's not what I was hoping for. All right, whoever you are. Let's see what forces could damage things. All right, we're going to use this deck. I should use some other decks. I always use the same ones, but I don't know. I like certain decks and I'm called to use certain decks. So let's see. Holy angels, holy spirits. What does the collective need to know about what is happening? All right, let's see. Labor of love. I got this earlier, actually, with a reading I did. I got this earlier, too. Turning point. That's a beautiful card. All right, we're going to shuffle again, just to make sure. What does the collective need to know? Change. Ooh, I like that. Voyage. This is great. I don't know where the destruction is in this. Okay. So let's get some more info. Let's use the Wisdom of the Elders deck. So, holy angels, holy spirits, what do we need to know about the labor of love? What is coming for the collective, and not in a negative way? I'll say that again. I don't know why I keep saying that. What's coming for you? Woohoo. Sweet, sacred medicine, strength. Okay. You're going to be strong. I like that a lot. Bear, bravery. Okay. So you're going to have to be brave for whatever this is. Offering. Okay. What else, Spirit? Cycles, grandmother moon. Okay. So whatever this is, it's a labor of love. So obviously it's something you're passionate about. It's going to require strength and bravery and an offering. And by an offering, this last summer, I made an offering of daisies. I've also done an offering of fruit to the bumblebees outside and to the wasps and all the bees. I had so many bees in my yard that the birds wouldn't come near the bird feeder. So that was my offering. And then cycles, right? Everything goes in cycles. Change is inevitable. It's just something that happens. And I like the fact that there's a voyage. I like that you're going on a voyage. So I don't understand where the destruction is in this, but that's just me. So let's keep going. We use this deck. So Spirit, where's the destruction and all this? That was the word, right? I'm not losing my mind here. Disruption, but damage. Yeah, so same thing, right? So there's going to be a disruption. There always is when there's change, right? So, I mean, it's inevitable. It happens. All right. What about Libra of love and strength? Blind spots. So you need to look at your blind spots. There's something that's going to require strength for you to look at those. Nobody likes to look at their blind spots. It's like looking at the shadow. Black cat. Fortune meets opportunity. Interesting. Okay. So through this turning point, you're going to have to be brave in order to take advantage of the opportunity. Mischief and play. All right, we're gonna have to look at that one. We will though. Hold on. Cycles and Voyager, ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. Okay, so let's take a look at Trick or Treat, because that, I don't know, it just kind of seems like, oh, there it is. This looks ominous to me. So let's see. Should you receive the Trick or Treat card in your divination, it may be, well, a time to examine the role of play and mischief in your own life. You don't have to be a child to let go and have some playtime, and that can extend to the fun to others. Sometimes we are afraid to make mistakes, and play is one way to alleviate the pressure that we sometimes place on ourselves to get everything perfect and every time. Alternatively, it is worth knowing that there is a balance between manipulation and mischief. The former is not pleasant, and the other has at its core a sense of irrelevant fun. Okay, so maybe you need some frivolity. I like that. Yeah. Okay. All right, so again, seeking help from your ancestors. Let's see what else we can get. Let's use this deck. So holy angels, holy spirits. We'll do this and then we'll pull tarot. So what does the collective need to know? What else about this, this big change that's happening? We know that there's opportunity and that they have to be brave, but what else? Protection. Okay, so we should all be protecting our energy, right? Especially when we're dealing with, I don't know how to say this in a nice way, negativity. So I cleanse my energy with sage. I cleanse my house. I go through and I do like, sometimes I do a return to sender, which I find to be effective. And other times I will just go through and just cleanse my house. I'll put salt around my house. I'll put protective crystals in every window. My son has watched me do it. I think he used to think I'm a nut job, but now he's used to it. Protection. Yeah, so just taking steps to protect yourself. Guidance. Intuition. Okay. Breaking illusions. Okay. So something is going to come to light. And it looks like it could be something about yourself, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. But definitely there's an inner knowing about this. Okay. All right. Oh, that was going to fly off. All right. So, Spirit, I'm especially interested in knowing what is happening with breaking illusions. 5 of Swords. Conflict, struggle, intimidation, abuse. This seems like the last reading, to be honest. 4 of Swords. Yeah, you need to rest and retreat. Recuperation. You need a timeout, and not in a negative way. You need a timeout in the way that is for grown-ups. Whether you need a nap, or you need to go running, or you need a glass of wine. You could need some solitude or sanctuary. Yes, this reading is calling for peace. So whatever is happening with this breaking of illusions and your intuition telling you that something is off, maybe do a protection spell. Ace of Wands. Yeah, again, you have all the potential in the world, but it seems like there might be a little bit of negativity. You might have a negative Nelly saying otherwise. Yeah, it looks like you've gone through some pain dealing with whatever this is. But this is the turning point. This is time for change. You're going on a voyage. So I would definitely, if you have to, look it up on YouTube. You can do a protection spell. Someone could be sending you the evil eye or negative energy. Yeah, so just make sure you word it carefully. I always say to my friends, if you're going to do a spell, make sure you do it in a positive way. So bringing out positive attributes of people. Not saying like, hey, I wish you'd die or something like that, but saying like, may they get the day they deserve. Something of that nature. Knight of Swords. So whatever this is, you're going to be fearless. What else, Spirit? How is the collective feeling about all this? Well, you could be getting downloads, messages, communication from your loved ones, inspiration, either direct or just, from going outside. What else? Yeah, I mean, you're done with 10 of Swords, so you're done with the backstabbing. You're really finished with it. Whatever these illusions are that are coming out and only you know what they are, protect yourself. The Empress. So whatever this is, you are bursting with life, with abundance, with sensuality. You're going to be fine. And I think the fact that this is just saying, that this is all part of the cycle, right? It's like, if we didn't have bad days, would we appreciate the good ones? What if the days were all good? Would we appreciate our life as much as we do? So I feel like whatever this is, whatever you're going through, maybe go out and go swinging on a swing set, or doing something that's going to bring back your joy and happiness it's just going to be better for everyone, right? Because when your cup is overflowing, or when it's not balanced, you're not doing your best. So you need to refill the cup. If you don't refill the cup, then you're not going to be your best for everyone. Let's get one more card. The Moon. Yeah, so there's definitely some illusions that are happening. I wish I could tell you what the breaking of illusions is, but only you'll know that. Okay, let's get an advice card. I'm going to use this deck because, I don't know, I'm just called to use this because this seems like a little more serious, you know? It seems like you having to protect yourself from whatever this is. I don't know. I don't know what this is. So only you know what this is. So let's keep going. And I'm going to go eat my dinner. All right. What advice does the collective need in regards to dealing with these illusions? Listen to the inner voice. That inner voice that's talking to you. That might sound like your mother or your aunt. I don't know. Listen to the inner voice. It says clear seeing. What else? Divine protection, cut cords, breakthrough energy. Yeah. Whatever this is, it seems like there might be a need for, you know, you cleansing your energy for one, possibly getting some crystals, balancing out your chakras. All of that is going to help. What else? One more, Spirit. Oh, won't give me one. Infinite potential. Manifestation vortex. Yeah, so you can manifest anything. You just have to picture it like it's already happened. I don't know. The other day, my boyfriend was having this crisis with his truck. It was this motor vehicle thing, and he was all upset about it. And he's got a brand new truck now, but that on this particular day, he was very upset. And I said, everything's going to be fine. I can feel it intuitively. You just have to picture the problem like it's already passed. Like, just picture it like it's already over. And he did that. And an hour later, the company called and said, when do you want to pick up your truck? So anybody can manifest. I just feel like you really have to be invested and, you know, you have to believe. So I don't know. I feel like whatever this is, there's going to be some secrets that are coming out, but you have the strength. You know you're on this path, this voyage, and change can be difficult for everybody. And I could go on forever, honestly, but, you know, you're going to get through whatever this is. And, you know, don't let people make you feel lesser than you are. You're on this planet for a purpose. We all have a purpose. Nobody knows what the purpose is, but we're all here for the same thing. And, well, you know what I mean, for the purpose, not for the same exact thing. But, you know, we're all here on this earth, and, you know, every life you touch, it doesn't matter if it's an animal, it doesn't matter if it's a plant, a tree, it doesn't matter. Everything you put your hands on that you are in the presence of, you have a choice to either be negative or you have a choice to be positive. And, you know, being positive is obviously better for everybody. And like I said, not everybody is having a positive day. So, you know, but definitely knowing that you're bringing your best to the table and being kind. I think that's where it's at. You know, whoever you're dealing with, whether it be yourself or whether it be other people, you know, just make sure you're listening to that inner voice. You should never ignore your gut. That's another thing. If you feel like something's off, something's off. But like I said, I could go on forever. So, okay. Well, I hope you found this helpful. This was all these readings The readings lately have been quite bizarre, but I'm glad at least we got through 2 of them. But so I hope this was helpful. If it resonates with you, please let me know. But again, I love you guys so much, and I'm so appreciative of all the views, all the subscribes, all the likes. I do personal readings. I can do virtual readings, so let me know if that is something that you would want to do. I usually do telephonic. It's just easier that way. So if you want a personal reading, let me know. We can always do that. And I charge like 25 for 15 minutes or 50 for a half hour. So it all depends on how far you want to go. But I hope you guys are doing amazing. And again, I love you guys so much. And, take good care of yourselves, take good care of each other, and have a wonderful Friday. See you later.